Alright, guys. I think I'm gonna turn this channel into a fitness channel because that's the only thing I know anything about, really. Beforehand, I had this intellectual mess, you could say, where I shared my thoughts and then I started reading books, but that took way too long. So now I am I'm probably going to talk about fitness. I have an idea of vlogging my workouts because that's something I do every day anyway. And people have asked me, you see me warming up in the background, how, so I'm famous, I don't know if I'm famous, amongst my circle of contact for having like very simple short workouts. And my mother asked me the other day, I tutored her in her training, if I wanted to train her, or I just intuitively just went and showed her how she could train extremely effectively and efficiently in 10 minutes. It actually surprised me how fast this workout was over. I thought it was 15 minutes, but it actually only takes 10 minutes to get a proper workout in. I do this every day. I mean, you can also do this every other day if you want to. But then you just have to do twice the volume, or like 4 or 5 circuits, perhaps. You want to hit like 10 to 20 sets per muscle group a week. So I do 3 circuits of the exercises you see in the background, which is chin ups first. You see me do that. And this is still just a warm up, so I don't have any weights on yet. Then I do push ups, as you see me in the background doing. And then I do squats. And then typically, like every other rep on squats, I go up on my calves just to hit them, because the calf muscles are really the only muscles in this circuit of 3 exercises that don't get hit. And that's it. Every other muscle in your entire body gets hit. It's pretty unbelievable. And people are spending hours, at least an hour on average, I think, working out in the gym. And that's not taking in consideration the commute there, like driving in the car. By the time, this is something I thought about today, by the time people haven't even gotten to the gym before I'm finished working out. And that's not like some arrogant thing. That's just a fact. I spend 10 minutes working out. Like, I'm finished before people even start working out. That's pretty unbelievable to me. Like, how much time you could possibly save if you wanted to in your fitness life, I suppose. So yeah. So I'm done with my warm up by now, and now I'm beginning my first real set, which is chin ups. I don't really do pull ups because the chin ups hit your biceps and back better. So this is your biceps and back exercise. It hits all your pulling muscles, really, like all of them. This is all I've done for my back for years now, and I've been working out for 7 years. And this is literally like the main exercise I've been doing. Everything else has just been garbage, really, honestly. Like, all you need is chin ups. And then I move on to push ups, which has also been a staple, I suppose. I've either done push ups or shoulder presses of some sort, but really all you need is a push up for most people. I mean, it's way more accessible. All you need is just a floor, and that's it. With shoulder presses, you need like weights and all kinds of stuff. And then you have to go to the gym all of a sudden and then waste all that time driving back and forth and stuff. And then lastly, I do squats. And as you see me doing, I get up on my tippy toes at the end just to hit the calves, which is the only muscles which don't really, I mean, do they get worked? At least I maintain them, I suppose. Calves are pretty much impossible to build if you're a tall guy like me and you're not on steroids, I think. Like, aesthetically, but they don't really serve a purpose. I've done a lot of calf races, but it just feels such a waste of time doing calf races or any sort of isolation exercise like bicep curls or tricep extensions. Like, all these exercises just feels like a waste of time uh, when you train the basics, which is all you need. This is all I've been doing really for the past 4 years. I've been doing, I've had some accessory exercises here and there, but this has been the core of my workout, like ever since I began working out properly. Like the first 2 years, I really just fucked around. And that's also one of the reasons I wanted to make this video. It's because if you're a beginner or you just go to the gym and you're tired of all the confusion regarding exercises, you know, which exercises to do, why are there like hundreds of different machines? You gotta understand, all these machines do the same thing. It's either a pull, a push, or some sort of squat exercise, really. That's really all you need. So, and you don't even need any of the fucking machines. All you need is a floor and a pull-up bar. And you can get one of those cheap ones you can hang in your doorway, and that's it. You see me doing my second set here. I always try to explode upwards and like do the exercises pretty fast. I like doing that. It makes me, I feel stronger when I do that. I also think it helps with power and so on and so forth. And the good thing about doing circuits, as you see me doing, so I do all the exercises right after one another, is that you also train your cardio, or like your conditioning a bit. So like my heart rate is definitely up there in like zone 2 or 3 cardio. You know, I would have a hard time speaking. That's also why I'm filming the commentary now, is because I can't really do that when I'm working out because it's so taxing. And I'm wearing an 11 kilo weight vest, and that's about 30 pounds, 25 to 30 pounds for you Americans. And what I do now, I mean, if you're just starting out or you haven't done like basic, simple body weight slash weight vest training, you just start with your body weight, obviously, but then you add like 1 kilo a month. That's what I'll be doing for the future. I'll add 1 kilo a month until I've maxed the West out, which is at 30 kilos, which is about what's that, 60 pounds, 60, 70 pounds. And when you can do like 10, 15 chin-ups with 30 kilos, you're strong as fuck. And that's my goal, and that's what I'm going to be documenting, I suppose. I always try to hit like a 5 to 15 reps. It's like the rep range I want to be in, which is for hypertrophy, I suppose, like a maximizing muscle growth, but it also trains your strength and your endurance and so on and so forth. Like, this workout is perfect, for me anyway, and perhaps you could also incorporate some of these practices into your own workout routine, or just adopt this workout routine for yourself. And obviously, in terms of like physical transformation, you want to, like, the working out is only half the battle. The diet is the second part. But for diet, you can also simplify it. I eat one meal, really. You get some sort of meat. It doesn't matter what it is. It can be chicken, beef. It doesn't matter. You take some of that. I just eyeball it. You know, you take like a medium-sized chicken breast, about that size of meat. You put it in a pan. You take some rice. I try to just fill the pan up slightly, and then some frozen greens. So I get like this mixed bag of greens. Put them in the pan as well, and put olive oil on for making the food. And then I wish that around for a bit, and then I add eggs, 3 eggs in the mix, scramble them, and then add salt and pepper, and that's it. Like some sort of meat or some sort of meal like that, is all I've been eating for the past 4 years, and I am not tired of it. I don't know if I'm a bit weird. I think I am. I think I'm like ultra minimalistic when it comes to almost everything. I always try to simplify things as much as possible, but I think I've succeeded. I can't really simplify my workout anymore. Like, I suppose a more simple way of working out would be to do all the exercises like continually. Like, so you do 1 chin up, 1 push up, but that doesn't save time. That takes longer, you know. And And then you don't get that mind muscle focus, the connection you want for the muscle group. So I think this is the most efficient and effective it gets. And also in terms of diet, I think it's relatively cheap, the food, and it tastes great. You can add different meats if you want to. You can eat beef one day, chicken the other day. You can also, rice, you can add pasta or bread, doesn't really matter. Just some sort of complex carb, and then some greens for your vitamins and minerals. And then I take magnesium, omega-3s, and vitamin D for supplementation. But I don't even know if that's really needed. And here you see me flexing. And a lot of the aesthetics of training is really down to genetics. So you can see my body, like one of my legs is slightly longer than the other, which gives me like a slight tilt in my upper body. So that's why my body looks the way it looks. You can't get a workout routine that's going to reverse that, unfortunately. A lot of things are just genetically determined, but you can definitely make a lot of progress from your position. Training in the most simple way possible, at least what I've found after 6-7 years of working out. So yeah, I hope this video gave you some food for thought and some tools you might want to adopt in your own training and dieting, and just try to keep things simple. That's really all I want. I want to keep things simple, and then I've just shared that, I suppose. Because even the minimalistic workouts you see on YouTube are not really that simple. I get like a heart attack. They're not even finished warming up, and I'm ready. I'm already stressed out. It's like you have to do 3 different warm-up exercises, and they're like weird science-based exercises. Like, just warm up by doing the exercises you would otherwise do in an easier format. Get the muscles moving, Super simple. And then do chin-ups, push-ups, and squats. 3 circuits. Do the exercises right after one another. And then once you get strong enough to do like 15 chin-ups, your chin-ups is always going to be the weakest typically, and then push-ups and then squats. I typically just do as many chin-ups is really the fundamental exercise. So that's where, once I can do 15 chin-ups at body weight, I'd invest in a weight vest perhaps. And then, you add 1 kilo every month, and then you continue doing that. And within 2 years, you're going to be doing 30 kilo chin-ups, most likely, if you keep your diet in check. Slow progression, I suppose, but that's really what you want if you want to avoid injuries and just keep things stable, That's what I wanted anyway. So yeah, I suppose that's really my workout routine, simplified. There's obviously more to it, but this is what I could fit in a short video, I suppose. 10 minutes, you hit everything. You hit all your muscles. You hit your cardio as well. What's more to like? It's a perfect workout in my opinion. It's what works for me. So thank you for watching and have a good day.